Hi Math 2, welcome back. We're going to do a little add-in to our toolkits this week. And I want to talk about something called perfect square factoring. Now, in reality, this is just like regular factoring, but we can write the solution in a slightly different form. Let's say I start with something that looks like this. I start with the expression x squared plus 10x plus 25. And I ask you to factor that expression. Now we have a method that works, and some of you have developed different ways. That is perfectly fine. I'm going to go with what we've been practicing as a class. I'm going to come off to the side. I'm going to draw my box to represent my area model. I'm going to put x squared in my top left box and my 25 in the bottom right, because those are my two terms that I automatically know their location of based on the form of my quadratic equation. Now, with that being given to me, I know that my middle two boxes, or my two diagonal boxes, need to add up to give me a sum equal to 10x. So I'm going to come over to my right-hand side. I'm going to make my diamond problem. And put 10x on the bottom of that, because I know that's where my 10x comes from as my middle term, my bx term. And then for the top of my diamond, I'm going to take my x squared and multiply it by 25 to give me 25x squared. Now, as I sit here and I ask myself, what are my two missing pieces that I fill in? I think of, hey, what about 5x? Well, 5x times 5x does equal 25x squared. And 5x plus 5x equals 10x. We're good. So I'm going to fill those two terms into the missing parts of my area model, my 5x and 5x. And I start to notice, hey, this looks like I might have the same dimensions on the top and the left of my box. I know that the only way to get x squared is x times x. X times a positive 5 will give me 5x. X times a positive 5 will give me 5x. And yep, 5 times 5 equals 25. So I could make the statement then that x squared plus 10x plus 25, which is my equation in standard form. If you'll recall from a previous week, we talked about standard form versus factored form. That equals x plus 5 times x plus 5, which was my factored form. Now that's brilliant, but I want to write this even more compactly. I notice that my x plus 5 times x plus 5 has two parentheses, two factors that are identical multiplied together. I can rewrite that as 1 factor x plus 5 squared. And when I write that in the form x plus 5 squared, I have shown myself a perfect square. So keep this in mind as we factor, and let's get going.